Maya Chun wiped the grease from her hands and stared at the broken mining drill. The machine had stopped working 3 days ago, and her father was getting worried. Without it, their small operation on Kepler 442c would fail. They needed the drill to extract the rare metals that kept their family alive. She was only 17, but Maya had been fixing machines since she could hold a wrench. Her parents never sent her to the fancy schools on Earth. They could not afford it. Instead, she learned by taking apart every piece of equipment that broke down on their mining station. The drill's power core was damaged. Maya had seen this problem before in the old transport ships that sometimes crashed near their colony. She walked to the scrapyard behind their home, where pieces of broken spacecraft sat like metal bones in the red dirt. Most people saw junk. Maya saw possibilities. She pulled out a power converter from a crashed alien ship. The device was small and black, covered in strange symbols she did not understand. But she had studied how it worked by connecting it to simple circuits and watching what happened. Maya carried the alien device back to the drill. She opened the machine's housing and looked at the wiring inside. Human machines were built one way. Alien machines were built differently. But energy was energy, and Maya had learned that electricity followed the same rules everywhere. Her father, Ben Chun, found her 3 hours later. She was sitting on the ground, surrounded by tools and spare parts. The drill was humming quietly beside her. "How did you fix it so fast?" he asked. Maya pointed to the alien power converter now installed in the drill. "This thing uses half the power but gives twice the output. I think aliens understand energy better than we do." Ben frowned. He had fought in the war against the Vorthan Empire 10 years ago. He did not trust alien technology. "Maya, that could be dangerous. We don't know what that thing really does." "I tested it on smaller machines first," Maya said. She showed him a small lamp that now glowed brighter than before. "Look at this. The alien part makes everything work better. I think they use some kind of harmony principle instead of just pushing more power through." Her father did not understand what she meant, but the drill was working. That was what mattered. Later that evening, Maya sat in front of her computer screen watching the Galactic news. The reporter was talking about the big engineering competition on Earth. The Galactic Engineering Consortium was looking for the best starship design in human space. The winner would get millions of credits and a chance to work with alien technology. Officially, Maya watched the interviews with the contestants. They all came from the best schools on Earth. They had degrees and certifications and years of training. They used words Maya had never heard before and talked about theories she had never studied. But as she listened, Maya realized something strange. These experts were all trying to solve the same problems in the same ways. They wanted to build bigger engines, use more power, create stronger hulls. They were thinking like humans had always thought. Maya had spent years studying crashed alien ships. She had noticed that alien technology was different. It was not about using more force. It was about using force in the right way, at the right time, in harmony with natural laws. She opened her notebook and started drawing. Maya had filled dozens of notebooks with sketches of alien technology and her own ideas. She drew engine designs that used resonance instead of brute force. She drew power systems that worked with energy flows instead of fighting them. Her mother, Linda Chun, looked over her shoulder. "What are you working on?" "I want to enter the competition," Maya said. Her mother smiled sadly. "Honey, that competition is for people with engineering degrees. You would need certificates and recommendations from schools." Maya kept drawing. "The application says they want the best design. It doesn't say the design has to come from someone with a degree." The next morning, Maya started building her application. She had no formal education to list, no certificates to upload, no recommendations from famous professors. Instead, she uploaded hundreds of pages of her own research. She included videos of her experiments with alien technology. She showed how she had improved the efficiency of every machine on their mining station. The application asked for her qualifications. Maya wrote, self-taught through practical experience with both human and alien technology, specialist in energy harmony systems, and cross-species engineering principles. She submitted her application and waited. 2 weeks later, she received an automated response. Her application had been rejected without review. The message was short and cold. Applicant does not meet minimum educational requirements. We suggest pursuing more realistic career goals through established educational channels. Maya stared at the screen for a long time. Then she opened her notebooks again and kept working. That night, she watched more news coverage of the competition. The alien judges were interviewed. They came from 12 different species, and they all seemed bored by the human designs they had seen so far. One of the judges, a tall being with silver skin, said, "Human engineering is predictable. They always choose power over elegance. They never seem to understand that the universe prefers harmony to force." Maya sat up straight. She had been thinking the same thing for years. The judge continued, "We have been studying faster than light. Travel for thousands of years. Humans approach it like they approach everything else, by throwing more energy at the problem. They miss the fundamental truth that space and time want to be bent, not broken." Maya grabbed her notebook and started writing. She had noticed patterns in the way alien ships move through space. They did not fight against the laws of physics. They worked with them. They found the natural rhythms of the universe and joined them. Over the next month, Maya spent every free hour working on her design. She used salvaged parts from the scrapyard and tools from her father's workshop. She built a small prototype drive system based on her harmony principle. The device was crude and simple. It looked nothing like the sleek designs she had seen from the competition contestants. But when she tested it on a small model ship, something amazing happened. The model moved through space in ways that should have been impossible. Maya ran the test again and again. Each time, the results were the same. Her simple device could manipulate space-time using a fraction of the energy that traditional drives required. She had discovered something that all the experts had missed. Something that could change everything. Maya worked for 3 more months in her father's workshop. Every day, she improved her prototype drive. The device was still small, no bigger than a suitcase, but it could do things that should have been impossible. She had built it into an old cargo shuttle that her family used for short trips. The shuttle was 20 years old and barely flew before Maya started working on it. Now it moved through space like it was swimming through water instead of fighting against it. Maya tested the drive in secret, flying out to the asteroid belt, where no one would see her. Each test proved that her harmony principle worked. The shuttle could travel faster than light using less energy than it took to power their mining station for a day. She recorded everything. Video footage of impossible maneuvers. Data readings that showed energy usage far below what any expert would believe. Navigation logs that proved her shuttle was traveling distances that should have taken weeks and just hours. But Maya knew that data alone would not be enough. The engineering community had already rejected her once. They would call her videos fake and her data impossible. She needed to prove her discovery in a way that could not be ignored. The Galactic Engineering Consortium was still running their competition. Maya watched the progress reports every week. The official contestants were building huge ships with massive engines. They were spending billions of credits on their designs. The alien judges looked more bored with each presentation. Maya made her decision. She would show them what real innovation looked like. She sent a message to the consortium's public communication channel. The message was simple. I have built a faster-than-light drive that uses harmony principles instead of force. I will demonstrate it in live broadcast in 3 days. Anyone who wants to watch can tune into frequency 447.2. The message was signed Maya Chun, self-taught engineer, Kepler 442c mining station. Maya's father found her in the workshop the next morning. She was making final adjustments to the shuttle's drive system. "Maya, what are you doing?" Ben asked. "I heard you sent some kind of challenge to the engineering people." "I'm going to show them that formal training is not the only way to solve problems," Maya said. She did not look up from her work. "I'm going to prove that sometimes the best ideas come from people they never expected." "This is dangerous," her father said. "These are powerful people. They do not like being embarrassed." Maya finally looked at him. "Dad, I discovered something amazing. Something that could help all of humanity. I cannot keep it secret, just because it might make some experts uncomfortable." Her mother, Linda, joined them in the workshop. "What if you are wrong? What if something goes wrong during the demonstration? Then I will fail in front of the entire galaxy," Maya said. "But if I am right, everything changes." 3 days later, Maya climbed into her modified shuttle. She had announced her demonstration on dozens of public channels. She had no idea if anyone would actually watch, but she hoped word would reach the people who mattered. She started her broadcast as she lifted off from Kepler 442c. "Hello, Galaxy. My name is Maya Chun. I am 17 years old, and I have never attended a formal engineering school. 3 months ago, the Galactic Engineering Consortium rejected my application without even looking at my work. Today, I am going to show you what they missed." Maya's first demonstration was simple. She accelerated her shuttle to faster-than-light speed using her Harmony drive. The energy readings were clearly visible on her broadcast. Her shuttle was using 90% less power than any known drive system, but that was just the beginning. Maya began performing maneuvers that violated every known law of physics. She made her shuttle stop instantly from faster-than-light speed. She changed direction without slowing down. She made the shuttle phase through solid asteroids as if they were not there. "The secret is harmony," Maya explained as she flew. "Human engineers try to force space and time to do what they want. But space and time have their own natural rhythms. If you understand those rhythms, you can work with them instead of against them." Maya's broadcast was being watched by millions of people across the galaxy. In the official competition headquarters on Earth, the consortium's directors watched in stunned silence. The alien judges stopped their bored conversations and stared at the screens. Captain Jake Morrison was commanding a patrol ship near the Jupiter system when he saw Maya's broadcast. He was a veteran pilot who had flown every type of human spacecraft. He knew immediately that what he was seeing was real and revolutionary. "Command, this is Morrison," he said into his communication system. "Are you seeing this broadcast from the mining colony, girl?" "We are watching, Captain," came the reply. "Our experts are analyzing the data. They say it has to be fake." "I have been flying ships for 20 years, Morrison said. "This is not fake. This girl just changed everything." On Earth, Dr. Lisa Park was working late in her laboratory when her assistant burst in. "Doctor, you need to see this broadcast. There is a girl doing impossible things with faster-than-light travel." Lisa Park was the Earth's leading expert on alien technology. She had spent her career trying to understand how other species achieved their advanced capabilities. She watched Maya's demonstration with growing excitement. "Get me a ship," she told her assistant. "I need to get to Kepler 442c immediately." "But doctor, the girl is probably a fraud," her assistant said. "Our computers say her energy readings are impossible." "That is exactly why I need to see her work," Lisa said. "If she is a fraud, I will expose her. If she is real, then humanity just took a giant leap forward." The alien judges were having emergency meetings. The tall silver-skinned judge who had criticized human engineering was now watching Maya's broadcast with intense interest. "This changes everything," he said to his colleagues. "This human child has discovered principles that took our civilization 1,000 years to understand." "It could be a trick," another judge said. "Humans are known for their deception." "Then we must investigate," the silver judge replied. "If this is real, the balance of power in the galaxy has just shifted." Maya ended her broadcast after 2 hours of demonstrations. She had shown capabilities that no human ship had ever possessed. She had proven that her Harmony drive could outperform any known technology, but she had also painted a target on herself. Across the galaxy, powerful beings were now very interested in Maya Chun and her revolutionary discovery. As Maya landed her shuttle back on Kepler 442c, she had no idea that her life was about to change forever. She had wanted to prove that formal training was not the only path to greatness. She had succeeded beyond her wildest dreams. But success, Maya was about to learn, came with a price. Maya woke up to find 3 ships orbiting her colony. One belonged to Dr. Lisa Park from Earth. The other 2 were unmarked vessels that made her father nervous. "Maya, we need to talk," Ben said as she ate breakfast. "Important people are asking questions about you. Some of them do not sound friendly." Before Maya could answer, her communication system buzzed. It was a message from Ambassador Kai Thompson on Earth. Maya had never heard of him, but the message said it was urgent. "Miss Chun," the ambassador's recorded voice said, "your demonstration has caused significant concern among our galactic neighbors. Several alien governments are demanding that Earth surrender your technology immediately. I am coming to speak with you personally." Maya stared at the screen. She had wanted to show that humans could innovate. She had not expected to start a galactic crisis. Dr. Lisa Park arrived at their mining station that afternoon. She was a tall woman with gray hair and intelligent eyes. She looked around Maya's workshop with amazement. "You built all of this yourself?" Lisa asked, examining the Harmony drive prototype. "Yes," Maya said. "I studied alien technology from crashed ships and figured out how it worked." Lisa picked up one of Maya's notebooks and flipped through the pages. The notebook was filled with diagrams and equations that mixed human mathematics with alien design principles. "Maya, do you understand what you have done?" Lisa asked. "Your Harmony drive is more advanced than anything humanity has ever built. It is more advanced than most alien technology." "I just noticed patterns that other people missed," Maya said. "That is exactly the problem," Lisa replied. "The Hegemony Council thinks humans are too young to possess this kind of power. They want your technology destroyed before it spreads." The Hegemony Council was made up of the 5 most powerful alien civilizations in the galaxy. They had controlled faster-than-light travel for thousands of years. Maya's discovery threatened their dominance. Captain Jake Morrison landed his ship the next day. He was a sturdy man with scars on his hands from years of military service. He looked at Maya's shuttle with the eyes of someone who understood warfare. "Miss Chun, how many of these drives can you build?" he asked. "I could teach others how to make them," Maya said. "The principles are not that complicated once you understand Harmony theory." Morrison nodded grimly. "The defense fleet wants to know if your technology can be weaponized. We have intelligence reports that the Vorthan Syndicate is planning something big." Maya felt sick. She had created her drive to explore space and help humanity grow. She had not wanted to start a war. That evening, Maya received dozens of messages from across human space. Some were from corporations offering her millions of credits for exclusive rights to her technology. Others were from government officials, demanding that she hand over her research for national security. The most disturbing messages came from anonymous sources. They contained threats against Maya and her family if she did not stop working on her drive technology. "Maya, we should consider leaving," her mother said. "This is getting dangerous." But Maya had made a decision. Instead of selling her technology or hiding it, She would do something that no one expected. She opened her computer and began uploading everything. All of her research, all of her designs. Complete instructions for building Harmony drives. She posted it all on public networks where anyone could access it. "What are you doing?" her father asked. "I am making sure that no one can control this technology," Maya said. "If everyone has access to it, then no one can use it to threaten others." Her action sent shockwaves across the galaxy. Within hours, engineering teams on dozens of human colonies were downloading Maya's files and starting their own Harmony drive projects. The Hegemony Council called an emergency session. Ambassador Thompson found himself representing humanity in discussions that could determine the fate of their entire species. "The human child has made her technology freely available," the silver-skinned judge told the council. "Our intelligence services report that Harmony drives are being built on 17 human worlds. This is unacceptable," declared the representative from the Crystalline Collective. "Humans are an aggressive species. They will use this technology to conquer other civilizations. We demand that Earth surrender Maya Chun and all copies of her research," added the Vorthan delegate. "If humans refuse, we will consider it an act of aggression against galactic peace." Ambassador Thompson stood before the council chamber, knowing that his next words could start or prevent a war. "The Hegemony Council has controlled faster-than-light technology for millennia," he said. "You have used that control to maintain your dominance over younger species. Maya Chun has offered her discovery freely to everyone. How is sharing knowledge an act of aggression?" "Because humans cannot be trusted with such power," the crystalline representative replied. "Your species has been spacefaring for less than 2 centuries. You are children playing with forces you do not understand." Meanwhile, on Kepler 442c, Maya was working with a growing team of supporters. Commander Alex Rodriguez had arrived with a small fleet of defense ships to protect Maya from potential attacks. Engineer Sam Bailey had come from the Mars colonies with a team of technicians who wanted to learn Maya's methods. "Maya, we need to mass-produce these drives," Sam said. "If the aliens are planning to attack us, we need every advantage we can get." But Maya had a different idea. She had been studying the political situation and realized that the real problem was not her technology. The problem was fear. "What if we show them that humans are not conquerors?" Maya asked. "What if we use the Harmony drives to help other species instead of threatening them?" Rodriguez frowned. "Help them how?" Maya pointed to her star charts. "There are dozens of worlds in disputed territories, places where different species fight over resources. What if we used Harmony drives to find new worlds instead? What if we showed the galaxy that human innovation is about creating abundance, not taking what others have?" Her idea was ambitious and dangerous. It would require sending human ships deep into alien space, using Maya's technology to explore regions that had never been mapped. If it worked, it could prove that humanity deserved to join the galactic community as equals. If it failed, it could give the Hegemony Council an excuse to destroy Earth. But Maya had already proven that the greatest discoveries came from taking risks that others considered impossible. Now she was ready to risk everything on one final gamble. The fate of humanity would depend on whether a 17-year-old girl from a mining colony could engineer a path to peace. Maya's plan began 3 weeks later. She had convinced 47 human colonies to build Harmony drives using her open-source designs. Each colony added their own improvements based on local needs and resources. The mining station on Europa created drives that could work in extreme cold. The research colony orbiting Proxima Centauri developed drives that use solar energy more efficiently. The agricultural worlds in the Vega system built drives that could terraform dead planets while traveling through space. Maya watched the progress reports with growing excitement. Her idea of sharing knowledge freely was working better than anyone had expected. Human colonies were not just copying her design. They were making it better. Commander Rodriguez received the final intelligence reports from Earth. Maya, the Hegemony Council fleet is moving toward our space. They have ships from all 5 major alien civilizations. If we are going to try your peaceful exploration plan, we need to do it now. Maya nodded. She had spent weeks preparing for this moment. Her plan was simple but dangerous. Instead of fighting the alien fleet, human ships would demonstrate their true intentions by exploring uncharted space and sharing their discoveries with everyone. Send the signal to all colonies, Maya said. Operation Pathfinder begins now. Across human space, ships equipped with Harmony drives launched simultaneously. They were not warships. They were exploration vessels, research ships, and civilian transports. Each carried Maya's drive technology and her vision of what humanity could become. The human ships appeared in star systems that had never been visited by any civilization. They found worlds rich with resources that could benefit multiple species. They discovered phenomena that could advance scientific knowledge for everyone. But most importantly, they broadcasted everything they found on open channels that all galactic civilizations could access. Maya was aboard the lead ship, her modified shuttle now equipped with the most advanced Harmony drive ever built. She piloted it toward a region of space that long-range sensors showed might contain habitable worlds. Maya, we are receiving a transmission from the Hegemony fleet, reported Sam Bailey from the navigation station. They are demanding that we stop our exploration and surrender immediately. Keep broadcasting our discoveries, Maya replied. Let them see what we are really doing. The first major discovery came from a human ship near the Orion Nebula. They found a system with 7 planets, 3 of which could support life. The ship's crew immediately began transmitting detailed scans and orbital data to anyone who wanted. Within hours, species from across the galaxy were analyzing the data. The planets contained rare minerals that several civilizations needed desperately. But instead of claiming the worlds for humanity, the human crew invited other species to share in their development. More discoveries followed. Human ships found ancient alien ruins that contained technology beneficial to archaeological research. They discovered energy sources that could power entire civilizations. They mapped hyperspace routes that could reduce travel time between distant systems. Every discovery was shared freely with the entire galaxy. The Hegemony Council was in emergency session. Their fleet commanders were reporting that human ships were not acting like conquerors. They were acting like explorers who wanted to help everyone. This does not make sense, said the crystalline representative. No species shares valuable discoveries without demanding something in return. The silver-skinned judge was studying the human transmissions carefully. Perhaps we have misjudged their intentions, he said. These humans are not trying to dominate anyone. They are trying to prove they can be trusted. It could be a trick, insisted the Vorthan delegate. They could be hiding their real military capabilities. But as the reports continued coming in, doubt began spreading through the council. Human ships were finding solutions to problems that had troubled the galaxy for centuries. They were offering cooperation instead of conquest. Maya's shuttle arrived at her target system and found something extraordinary. The system contained a planet that was dying from environmental collapse. Its native species, the Kandari, had been slowly evacuating their world for decades. Maya studied the planet's atmospheric data and realized that her Harmony drive technology could help. The same principles that allowed faster-than-light travel could be used to restore atmospheric balance. This is Maya Chun calling the Kandari evacuation fleet, she transmitted. I believe we can help save your world. The Kandari response was cautious. They had never heard of humans before, and they did not understand why an unknown species would offer help. Maya explained her Harmony principles and how they could be applied to planetary restoration. She offered to share the technology freely and work with Kandari scientists to implement it. 3 days later, Maya's shuttle was working alongside Kandari ships to test atmospheric processors based on harmony principles. The technology worked better than anyone had hoped. The dying planet began showing signs of recovery within hours. News of the Kandari rescue spread across the galaxy faster than any previous discovery. Here was proof that human technology was being used to save lives, not take them. The political situation began shifting rapidly. Species that had supported the Hegemony Council's ultimatum started questioning whether humans were really a threat. The Kandari publicly thanked humanity for saving their civilization and offered to share their own scientific discoveries in return. Ambassador Thompson received an unexpected communication from the Hegemony Council. The silver-skinned judge wanted to speak with Maya directly. Maya accepted the call from her shuttle's communication system. The alien judge appeared on her screen, his silver features showing what might have been respect. "Maya-chun," the judge said, "you have surprised us. Your species has shown capabilities we did not expect." "We just want to explore and learn," Maya replied. "The universe is big enough for everyone to find their own path." "Indeed," the judge said. "The council has decided to withdraw our ultimatum. We would like to invite humanity to join the Galactic Cooperation Treaty as full members." Maya smiled. "We would be honored. But I have one condition." The judge raised what might have been an eyebrow. "You are in no position to make demands." "It is not a demand," Maya said. "It is an offer. I want to establish the Pathfinder Initiative. Any species that wants to participate can share in exploration discoveries and technology development. No one controls it. Everyone contributes what they can." The judge was quiet for a long moment. Then he said something that surprised everyone listening. "I have a young engineer in my own species who has been developing theories similar to yours. Perhaps she would like to participate in your initiative." Maya's eyes lit up. "What is her name?" "Zara. She has been told by our educational institutions that her ideas are impossible. She has been working in secret, much as you did." "Send her my research files," Maya said immediately. "And tell her that the greatest innovations come from people who are willing to engineer their own path." Maya returned to Kepler for 4–6 months. Later to find her colony transformed. Her workshop had become the headquarters of the Pathfinder Initiative. Engineers from dozens of species were working together, sharing ideas and building technologies that no single civilization could have created alone. Maya still worked in the same corner where she had built her first harmony drive. But now she was not alone. The universe was full of young innovators who had been told their ideas were impossible. Maya had shown them that impossible was just another word for undiscovered. As she adjusted the settings on a new prototype drive that combined human harmony principles with Kandari atmospheric technology and crystalline energy matrices, Maya smiled. She had never trained for this. She had engineered her own path, and now she was helping others do the same.